Welcome to the Superconscious Success Podcast, where Jen and her Superconscious Success family co-hosts bring you valuable content each and every week on topics relating to manifestation, spirituality, and most of all, using your superconscious to manifest success in all areas of your life. Now on to today's episode.
Hey there, Super Conscious Success fam. Welcome to another episode of my podcast where I connect with spiritual leaders, star seeds, and lightworkers to help you to connect with your higher self and source to discover your truth and embrace the divine being you're designed to be. This podcast is aimed at helping you to discover the light, both outside and within you, and eliminate the fear that our 3D reality and our ego insists on pushing onto us. Once we discover who we truly are and we live from a place of love rather than fear, then we can ascend into the higher dimensions. So in today's podcast, I have another incredible guest. She is a reverend and the founder of the Metaphysical and Multimedia Wellness Hub, and she runs many amazing programs, of which one is called Live Your Life by Design. Today we have on our show Reverend Reg Tan, and I'm excited to chat to her about her metaphysical programs and also about this new convention that she's got coming up called the Harvest Convention. That's going to be really exciting. Now, she is absolutely speaking my language because as a soul family, we know that source is our supply, not the conditions and the people outside of ourselves. I'm looking forward to delving into this with Reverend Reg and see what else she has in store for us. I need to apologize. I do have a head cold at the moment, so my voice is a little bit raspy, that's why. But we've got some great content coming up. So, hey, Reg, how are you going?
First I want to greet everyone. Mabuhay. Live from the sanctuary of your heart and go beyond existing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that I love to share with everyone because before I became a reverend, I was actually a lifestyle blogger,
Mm-hmm.
and I always put in my hashtags: do what you love what you do, love yourself better, and joyous persistence, because I truly resonate with what you said, Jennifer, about, God, there's a source, and in our language, she call it God, and that's the source of our supply, not beliefs, not our
Mm-hmm.
conditions, especially the economic situation right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. So how about we start from, you've told us a little bit, how about we start from your story and what got you so
Mhm.
interested in becoming a reverend and now moving towards the direction you are now?
Thank you so much for that question, Jennifer. It's well thought out. So, I love that your show is super success consciousness, because for me, I call myself a success enthusiast. You're working so hard and you're
Yeah.
doing your best and you think you're giving it your all, but unfortunately, the harvest is not as fulfilling as you want it to be. So I kept enrolling in personal development programs and classes and energy healing classes. And I would take on side jobs. I
Mm-hmm.
would study, and then during semestral break and summer, when I was in my first college degree, I would work during semestral break and summer. But it feels like no matter how hard I work physically, it feels as though every time I'm about to reach this big break,
Yeah.
it's like the break is breaking apart. So I'm not really able to experience it. And because of that, I felt that I really had to do something with my life. So I was in my silent prayer: God, I know that you can hear me,
Mm-hmm.
but if I ever really needed help, I wish that you would show me some help. So luckily for me, I met this energy healer, and both of us are taking up theta healing modality.
Yeah.
And then, because she's a reverend for 25 years already, so I asked her, is there something that you think I need in my practice that I have to adjust?
Mm.
Maybe I'm not being flexible about something. Can you please tell me about it? And then she talked about the concept of success covenant and putting God first in your life.
Yeah.
The idea of giving back 10% of all the 10% of all my income, 10% of that should go back to where I was getting spiritually nourished. And
Mm.
I I told her, I don't really have a very wide experience about this, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it a try because if you highly recommend this, then maybe it's the only thing that's lacking. So, Jen, something that I want to share in the audience tonight, sometimes the reason why the breaks don't really happen in our lives,
Mm.
it's because a lot of us, we hear some suggestion. And I
Mm-hmm.
noticed this for a lot of people when they want to change their lives and they want to change their conditions, and yet they're not willing to put in the effort. Because remember, the convention that I'm organizing is called the Harvest Convention.
Yeah.
I'm basically coming from the place where I'm encouraging everyone to harvest your full potential. You're not here to just live your life just to pay the bills or be in the rat race forever. You're
Yeah.
actually here to live a fulfilling life, a life that's meaningful, a life
Mm-hmm.
that's purposeful, and a life that has this meaningful direction of how you're allocating your time,
Yeah.
your your gifts, your talent, your creativity, and also your material resources. And
Yeah.
if you don't find that meaningful direction for your life, for your personal life, especially your professional life, because it takes a lot of our time,
Mm-hmm.
then
Absolutely.
you're constantly going to feel that life is not working out for you. But in truth, you're not decided.
Yeah.
You're
And
not decided to go ahead.
exactly. And I think that once we actually figure out what that purpose is and we figure out what we're actually passionate about, what our reason for being here is, then I think then we can actually connect in with source and be able to create that life that we've designed to live.
Exactly. That statement totally resonates with me.
Absolutely. So, what are some tools that we're going to get into the Harvest convention shortly? But what are some tools that we can use to be able to activate our abundance from the inside out?
Yeah. The first thing that I want to recommend to everyone, especially if you feel that you're bored
Mm-hmm.
or you're not really in the space where you feel there's joy in your life, because I think one of the most important things, if you're bored, you need to feel joyful from inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working so hard, then it's about time that you pause.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people are not really into going to church or going to mass because for some reason our generation feels off about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can find a place where you feel that people are practicing
Mm-hmm.
spiritual principles, and I want to just make a brief description of what I think spirituality is.
Okay, go for it.
Spirituality is basically having the spiritual awareness that
Mm-hmm.
if there is the law of gravity in our interactions with other human beings, there is also a set of laws that you can depend on so that you can multiply the good that you want to experience in your life, whether it's a spiritual form or a material form.
Mm-hmm.
There's that you want to learn what kind of law do I use in the situation if I want to multiply the good, if I want to multiply my peace of mind, if I
Mm-hmm.
want to multiply my joy, my happiness, my well-being, what do I do about it? So there are also laws which we call the laws of elimination in
Mm-hmm.
order for you to get out of the rat race, because one of the things that's keeping people unhealthy, sick, or constantly ranting about what's not going right in their
Mm.
lives is because you cannot transform your life if you're surrounded with people who are not supportive of the new kind of person that you want to be. It's just
Absolutely.
totally impossible to establish a new pattern of living if you're surrounded by people who are naysayers
Toxic
and
individuals, yeah.
Yeah, and people who are not ready to change their lives.
Mm.
Remember, when you decide to change your life, not all your friends or family members, they have an idea what it is to live their lives by design. So don't take it against them.
Yeah.
But you should have the decision for the time being to quarantine yourself. Anyway, we're so used to quarantining now for the last 2 years.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, so it's amazing if you can just give yourself time to work on yourself and then really check, is this relationship bringing out the best in me, or is it bringing out the stress in me?
Yeah.
Because if it's bringing out the best in you, then keep going. But if you feel energy depleted by having this relationship, let it go for a while until you can be in your solid energy where even if other people are not very supportive of the new life that you want to have, you're already solid in that new vibration.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely. We're surrounded frequently by different energy vampires that they have their own way of being. They've got their own journey that they're following. They've got their own path that they're trying to move down. So we can't judge them for where they're at. But it's important that we protect our own energies from the negativity, like you said, from the naysayers, from those that think we're crazy because we're going down this path. So I totally resonate with that. So is that what your Living Life by Design program's about?
yes, and it's super important for me to be in this space where I can just make the decisions that are, radiating more peace, radiating more joy in my life. Because if I'm not in that space, I feel energy depleted.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You
I
know,
know, I feel the same. And in actual fact, we've got I've got another segment which we've got which is called the self-empowered empath. So that's really um about eliminating those energy vampires that are taking that energy from you, and how you may survive as that empath. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So the we're going to get into the Harvest Convention. So
mhm.
can you tell us all about it, what it's about, who you're going to have talking there, that sort of thing?
Yeah. All right. Thank you for the opportunity to speak about it. Well, the Harvest Convention is really inspired by my book that I'm writing right now. It's called Harvest Your Full Potential.
Nice.
Because one of the things that I want to share with everyone, if you're in the space where you feel that you're bored or you're getting sick often, something that I tell my clients, you're not challenging yourself enough to really, expand in your health area, whether that's expand in your career or your profession or your business. Because one of the things that I share with people, something that I learned from Warren Buffett, if you have a bucket list of goals,
Mm-hmm.
now take out top 25 of the goals. But when you take out the top 25 of the goals, make sure that you only list five goals
Yeah.
that you are committed to making sure that they're happening this year, especially
Mm-hmm.
like right now. Do it fast where you have August 1 up to the end of the year, and make sure what are those top five goals that's going to preoccupy 16 to 18 hours of your time.
Yeah.
Now, something that I share with everyone in living your life by design, I share with my clients, every morning, the first thing that I do is to go on fasted workouts.
Mm-hmm. Love
So
it.
whether that's yoga or just lifting weights, because I have my home gym, but a small
Mm-hmm.
one only. So, when you go into that fasted workout, it's one of the best ways to actually get yourself into that state where you're energetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I make sure that I read a book every day. So, when you have that space in the morning
Mm.
where you're just conditioning yourself, and something that has been a habit for me. I clap my hands and I tell myself, "Good morning. It's an
Mm-hmm.
awesome day. I choose to make it so." Good morning, it's an awesome day. I choose to make it so. Good morning, it's an awesome day. I choose to make it so. So basically, you're priming your brain that it's going to be an awesome day. So, when you have that kind of pattern, you ignite yourself in the morning. You just don't expect yourself to become a point of attraction for the rest of the day where everything's working out for you without proper preparation,
No, that's
because
right.
the distance of where you are today from where you want to be, the distance will come from the preparation.
Mm-hmm.
And that preparation comes from, first, you have to eliminate all distractions. And I'm really for clutter clearing.
Mm-hmm.
First,
Me too.
internally, forgiving and releasing, whatever hurts, disappointments you've had in life. Begin with forgiveness and then letting go of all the physical clutter. Because
Mm-hmm.
if it's not part of bringing out the best in your work, I'm really telling everyone, you have to love your work, or you have
Mm-hmm.
to decide, I don't love what I have right now, but I'm going to find a way to appreciate the work that I have right now so that I can do what I love to do.
Mm.
Because your work is going to fill a big portion of your life. And if you don't love what you're doing, the moment when the situation gets so difficult, it's so difficult to bounce back.
Yeah. Yeah,
As
it's
a
amazing. It's amazing how many people they don't love their jobs and they go to work every day for the pure intention of bringing home the money. Whereas, we spend half of our lives at work. So it's important that we love what we do and that we enjoy what we do. So that's a really great point to make. Now, I love how you brought up about decluttering, and because I know that you're a fan of Feng Shui as well, and that's one of my absolute favorites. So can you give them a little bit of an idea as to how you implement that into your life?
Yeah. So something that I want to share with everyone, because I'm renting an apartment
Mm-hmm.
and I have the privilege of taking out the trash every day. I make sure that I don't let the trash stay in my place for a long time. I take it out every day
Yep.
because the vibration of the things that we have, especially I am very conscious of the things that my former partners gave me.
Yeah.
I always make sure that I release it with love and appreciate the person who gave it to me,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to hang on to previous celebrations or times. Because remember, when you're stuck in your previous good, the new good cannot enter your life
Yeah.
because it's blocking it. You have to put a closure and a sense of gratitude for all the things that you've experienced and allow the new good to flow into your life. A lot of people are so scared of letting go of their material things because they think that the former good, nothing else will top that.
Yeah.
But the moment you realize that your expanded good, the bigger good, the even more satisfying good is going to unfold in your life by releasing the old good, you'll be amazed at how magical and miraculous life is.
Absolutely. And it's all about letting go, and it's about just trusting, and trusting that source has got your back, and that anything that you desire is within reach. But it's you've got to have that trust, and you've got to let go first.
We cannot outgive the universe, and the universe loves a vacuum.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm the same. Now I want to go back a little bit. You said something about fasting and exercising on an empty stomach. So we know the health benefits associated with that. But I also try to, when I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I don't eat until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I do a lot of spiritual work at that time because I find that it really helps you to connect deeper with that of source. Now, why is it that this happens? Why is it that when you've got no food in your stomach that you can connect on a deeper level?
Yeah. Thank you for that question, Jen. Because number one, you're not allowing the sensations of your body to take control of your sovereignty over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like you're faced with a deeper challenge in life. Let's say you're stressed in your business.
Mm-hmm.
If you have good control of your appetite, can you just imagine if you're not easily, tempted by the lack of food in the body for the time being?
Yeah.
Whatever life throws at you that's causing you anxiety, you'll be able to handle it with more grace
Yeah.
because now you have a heightened sense of awareness. And something that I want to share, Jennifer, I just don't do fasting without a spiritual practice. In fact,
Yeah.
I do my fasting with meditations.
Yeah.
I
Me
do
too.
my fasting with silent moments in the day. I would spend literally 10 minutes of my time just staring at a candle. It's something that I picked up from the pioneer metaphysical educator of
Mm-hmm.
metaphysics. And Dr. Paul Masters is his name. And he was saying, we think of meditation where ideas will have to be playing in our minds. But in truth, we set ourselves in meditation to let go of all the thoughts so that we can hear on a deeper level
Yeah.
the divine wisdom that's actually trying to rise rather to the surface of our conscious awareness. But
Absolutely.
sometimes we're so busy, we're so preoccupied that instead of being able to hear that divine wisdom radiating from within you, you're not able to hear that because you're so distracted. And
Yeah.
fasting helps you quiet the conversations in your mind so that you can hear divine wisdom that's really coming from within you.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that when I'm fasting, that's the time that my downloads happen on, like, quickly, and that's when I get my inspiration. So it's definitely a good practice to put into place if you're wanting to build on that connection and that consciousness. So before we do head off, because you have brought us so many nuggets, Reg, but before we do head off, I want you to tell them about the Harvest Convention, when it is, who's going to be there, what the target audience, who the target audience is, and that sort of thing.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So let me just get the poster. All right. So the Harvest Convention, it's a convention where we gather leaders, visionaries, and authors around the globe to share with us some perspective on dreaming big, staying centered while we remain compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the thing that we're going to discuss is have a balanced perspective where people, planet, and profit can work sustainably,
Yeah.
and for you to harvest your full potential and at the same time making profit for peace building. I just finished a course with Scylla Elworthy, who is the founder of the Oxford Research Institute and also wrote the book Plan for Peace and the Mighty Heart. And one of the things that I discovered was that we spend about 700 million US dollars and allocate that number of funds for war.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were all conscious about allotting money on peace building, it's only going to take $2 billion. So can you
Yeah.
imagine the deficit because we're not paying attention to the things that's going to expand and multiply peace building causes? The war costs us more
Yeah.
compared to just really making conscious decisions about peace building. So another thing is that if you'd like to attend as a participant, we have an
Mm-hmm.
early bird rate for $100, and that's for 2 days already. So
Nice.
you can have a plus one, or you can choose to sponsor one student or refugee from our group. And then the other one is that you're going to have an opportunity to speak at the convention for $300. And we also put all the materials, all your logos in the marketing materials. And we will also do complimentary logo for you if you don't have it. And
Wow.
our sponsorship packages will start at $600. So right now, I have two hotel rooms that will be covered by the $600 if you are one of the first two people who signed up because we're just announcing it today. So I'm happy,
Nice.
Jennifer, that you're giving me this opportunity. The event is going to happen in Luxent Hotel in Manila, Philippines. So I really want to bring my friends here because I have a long-term vision for how I'm going to grow metaphysical and multimedia wellness hub. Because honestly, I think we need more, podcasts. We need
Yeah,
more vlogcasts, teleradio that's gonna talk about content like this.
absolutely.
Because yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, no,
Jennifer.
I was just going to say, we need more. We need to realize that our vision is to work as a collective. Our vision is to work together to create this education and this knowledge to be able to help people to expand their consciousness and really figure out what they're truly capable of. And through, just like with you, I've got the Super Conscious Success Academy and the Universal Consciousness workshops that I'm building up, but just having so many different people that are working together to create this sort of educational material and life-changing transformational advice is really important in today's society.
Thank you for saying that, Jennifer. And I trust that the universe is giving back to you in,
Absolutely.
in many magical ways because of the opportunity you gave me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. And I'm not sure if you mentioned when the Harvest Festival is, when the Harvest Convention is.
Yeah, it's going to happen on October 8th and 9th,
October 8th and 9th.
2020. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'm excited and I will for sure promote this for you. And I think it's a marvelous thing that you're doing. So thank you so much for being on the podcast, Reg.
Yes, thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure on my part.
Absolutely. And let's keep in touch and let me know how everything's going, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. And for those of you who would like to have a part-time job, you
Mm-hmm.
refer someone to me and they pay the packages. I always give a 15% commission to people who just, want to promote what I do.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. You've got a great affiliate program going there, which is awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to hearing how the Harvest Convention goes.
All right. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Reg.
and have fun.
You
All right.
too. Okay, bye.